This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A false report created for mischief, according to Bahamas Power and Light's Director of Communications, Quincy Parker, and that's his response to our news team in regards to a false notice making its rounds on social media last evening. The notice stated that there is a planned island-wide outage scheduled for December 21st and also claims that the outage will last up to 5 hours. However, according to BPL's Facebook page, a post was made advising customers to disregard the notice. Mr. Parker says that they have corrected the public record, reiterating that the power company has met its December 15th deadline for the Clifton Pier Power Station being online and providing power to the grid. In crime news, a high-speed chase leads police to arresting 2 males, subsequently recovering an illegal firearm and ammunition. The incident happened shortly before 5 p.m. Tuesday. Mobile division officers were on patrol on Carmichael Road in the area of Bacardi Road when they attempted to stop a black Jeep with 2 occupants. The driver of the Jeep, according to police, refused to stop, leading police on the chase, which ended on Milo Butler Highway. That's when police say they observed one of the males throw an object out of the window. Officers retrieved the object, which they alleged was a .9mm pistol with 12 rounds of ammunition. The 2 males were taken into custody and is expected to be formally charged before a magistrate's court. Meantime, an armed robbery leaves a female out of her handbag, a cell phone, and other personal effects. The woman, according to police reports, was inside the restroom of a business establishment on Robinson Road, off Marathon Road, shortly before 9 p.m. when an armed male entered the restroom and robbed her before making good his escape on foot. Police are investigating this matter. A night of prayer and reflection was the theme of the Bahamas Public Prayer Ministries service in Rawson Square this past Sunday. Sponsored by the Ministry of Health, the prayer service was in tribute to the women and young girls who have been affected by violent acts. Chairman of the BPPM, Dr. Wilfred Adderley, tells us more.
We have been praying in Rawson Square for the deliverance of our country from crime, violence, abuse, you name it, even corruption in all areas of life. And we also had the group headed by Rebecca Small called the Women of Prayer and Power.
Although the service was mainly for women, men of the gospel, including Pastor Daniel Small, Minister Jack Dorset, and Dr. Adderley, spoke out through prayer against violence towards women and girls, praying for victims of rape, physical abuse, and sex trafficking, as well as praying against it.
There was some of the males that gave testimonies. One actually talked about how he was incarcerated because of some infractions and criminal deeds that he did, not particularly against women, but it got him there, and then he remembered what his mother was telling him, how he should order his life, and then of course he gave a clarion call for our men to, hey, step up to the plate, be men. Remember, you are the protectors of the women.
Over 120 persons were in attendance of this service in support of this cause, ultimately making it a success. Dr. Adley notes that he looks forward to seeing greater support in the future. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.